Okay, hi everybody. A really warm welcome to our Customer Accounts Masterclass. We're just going to hang on here for a couple of minutes, give people time to dial in. While we do that, let us know where you're dialing in from in the chat. Graham, I'd love to hear from you while we wait for people. Big day for you yesterday. How are the Shopify team feeling about Winter 25 editions going live? I thought it was anything but boring from this side.
That is definitely the headline takeaway. Yeah, quite the day for like the entire team. I think we shipped like 180 some updates to the platform. And yeah, the idea was to make it be boring, but I think it ended up being anything but. If you saw some of those AI videos and spent more than, I don't know, 5 minutes looking through them, it was probably not boring for you as well. But so many high value things getting shipped, customer account extensions just being one of them. Yeah, it was a really big day, my first really big launch at Shopify. So yeah, pretty amazing to be a part of. And I think we just shifted so much value for merchants. So yeah, I'm just glad to be here and we made it through. Now it's just like, let's get into the end of the year.
Amazing. Are tiredness levels out of 10?
Probably like a 7.5, but I think once I like come down off the adrenaline from the launch, it'll probably be like a 9.5.
Well, we really appreciate you jumping in and on this call so soon afterwards. Keep the adrenaline going for a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
Okay, it looks like we have a good number of people online, a great number of people online now, actually. So we will kick off. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Fee. I'm a marketing director here at LoyaltyLion. I have got the great pleasure not just of being your host today, but also of working really closely with Shopify and LoyaltyLion's product teams over the last couple of months on the exciting updates around customer accounts. I'm sure lots of you have already explored customer accounts in recent months, and hopefully you've seen the very exciting set of announcements Shopify released yesterday and Graham was just talking about. We've been buzzing in the run-up to these announcements, and in our capacity as an official customer accounts launch partner, we are really excited to be the first to introduce you to our new extensions and apps. Before I hand over to the experts, just a couple of housekeeping points, really. Firstly, we're recording this webinar, and the on-demand version should arrive in your inbox shortly after we finish today. So you can revisit in your own time, you can share with colleagues, etc. Secondly, we will have some time for questions today at the end of the session, and we also have one of our CS team, the lovely Jason, in the chat, ready to answer technical questions as we go as well. So please do drop any queries into the chat or the Q&A section at any point. So let's meet our speakers. I am absolutely thrilled to introduce Graham Kemp from Shopify and Freddie Wynn from LoyaltyLion. Graham, perhaps you can introduce yourself quickly first.
Hey there, absolutely. I'm Graham, Senior Product Manager at Shopify on the customer accounts team, mostly focused on extensibility. Spent about 7 years in the e-com, actually Shopify space. So yeah, really excited to be here and to be chatting about customer account extensions with you all.
Fantastic, thank you. And now Freddie, over to you.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Freddie. I'm a Senior Product Manager here at LoyaltyLion. Have been working on customer account extensions with the product design engineering team for the last couple of months, so really excited to talk about it today.
Fantastic. Well, without further ado, we won't keep anyone waiting. I will hand over to Graham to take us on a tour of everything we need to know about customer accounts and extensions.
Thank you very much. I'll set up my screen share here, and anyone just wave their hand if I'm doing the wrong thing, but you should be seeing the deck for introducing customer account extensions right now. So what are customer account extensions, or why customer accounts? Before we really get into like what extensions are, I think it really makes a lot of sense to take a step back and really understand where customer accounts fits into Shopify's stack, but also fits into, you know, merchants day-to-day, customers day-to-day. So we started a couple of years ago, this idea of improving customer accounts at Shopify started. I think it was almost 4 years ago now. So we had been having a lot of conversations with merchants about what their issues were with their store, obviously looking for a way to improve the customer account experience. If a lot of you are familiar with the classic customer account experience, it was pretty disparate across a bunch of different login portals. It created a really fractured experience for customers, but also it was just very difficult for customers and merchants to manage their accounts, to add in apps, which we're talking about a little bit later today, but also just to have the really like on-brand experience that merchants are looking for and that customers expect now. So we did a lot of discovery conversations, and really what customer accounts at Shopify boils down to are 2 user stories we talk about and we bring up in our day-to-day as we're looking at building new things, and especially as we built into extensions. So first thing is creating one login for customers. Merchants really want to control this experience, but have it persist across the whole experience that they have. So you're not logging into the storefront and then customer accounts and then different apps to place a return or do a subscription. Merchants want one login experience that just works across all of these surfaces. The other, which I touched on a little bit, is a unified experience that customers, again, they can log in once, but then it creates this experience that just works across the store. So when you land on the storefront for the first time, you're getting a really great experience that persists all the way from to the product pages, to the checkout, to customer accounts, and to all those post-purchase pages, and even to your loyalty pages when you eventually get to that point. So these are the two things that we really aim to achieve with customer accounts, and the problems we solve and the things we talk about on a day-to-day basis. So to go a step further on those two user stories, there's sort of two things about why customer accounts is important. And really the main North Star we have is we want to be able to deliver or enable merchants to deliver a world-class customer experience. So this breaks down into sort of two buckets. First and foremost, when we talk about customer accounts, it's really about enabling a self-service experience for customers. When we talk about self-serve, this is something like a customer can log in and they can edit their order if they need to without having to log in or talk to support, or they can go and submit a return request, change their subscription around, go and use their loyalty points, get a discount code out of those things. It's all about being able to do things yourself to drive down support costs. So that's the first bullet I have here. By driving down costs, merchants can actually increase their margin per customer because customers can perform these self-service actions without intervention anymore. The second piece is something that's we're all here and we're all trying to do all the time, is improving customer satisfaction and therefore lifetime value. So imagine a customer that can easily manage their order and reorder that thing. Obviously, they're going to come back and they've made another purchase because it was so easy to do so. But now there's no more trade-off between self-service and experience as well. I mentioned a couple of times, returns is something that used to be really challenging. You'd have to log in to the storefront, you'd look for your order, try to start a return from there, try to find where to start a return. Then you would find the return portal, you'd have to put in your order number, and then you'd have to put in your email, and then you would log into a different portal. So it created this really big trade-off, and the fact of the matter is a lot of customers got lost in that trade-off. So you would end up going to support and saying, hey, I can't submit a return, how do I do this? Which is the exact opposite of what these tools exist to do. And we found that customer accounts could be that one login space where a customer can go see all these actions. And therefore, you don't have to trade off that experience of giving a returns experience, but also having this disparate support experience where customers can't get through it themselves. The other one, I've touched on this a few times, creating that consistent login and branding across the shopping experience. One of the things we really like about customer accounts is, one, it gets that customer logged in. It's really easy for them to do. They don't need a password. It's just put in your email. We send you a one-time password and you're logged in. But it also inherits all of your branding as well. So the login pages now inherit your branding, but the entire customer account, it inherits that merchant branding. So it feels like a really consistent experience no matter where you're going to, which leads us to our last point, personalizing the shopping experience. I mentioned a few times, login is a really big piece of customer accounts, and getting customers through that login enables something like personalization. So once a merchant knows who that customer is on the storefront, you can actually use that to increase conversion long-term. So merchants say if they collect information about what t-shirt size you are, imagine in a world where they know I'm a medium t-shirt size and all the t-shirts I'm shown on the website are mediums, and they're telling me before I have to search through and find the right stock for me, could increase conversions. Also, this becomes a source of truth for merchants as well. So one thing about customer accounts, and I'll talk about a little bit later, it allows merchants to actually collect more information to get to know their customers a little bit better. So there is a place where you can add a field where you can collect the customer's t-shirt size or preferences or nicknames or whatever you want. And it stores all of that in Shopify. So that customer record becomes a true source of truth for that merchant to personalize the experience long-term. So that's customer accounts. Let's talk a little bit about what we're all here for, which is customer account extensions. So customer account extensions allow app developers to seamlessly integrate their app into existing pages in customer accounts, but also add new pages to customer accounts as well. And it's not just app developers that can do this. Merchants can do this. They can develop their own custom app to personalize the account experience exactly how they want to do. So the great thing about this as well is that all customer account extensions can leverage Shopify's login rather than relying on a disparate order lookup or their own login. So once the customer is logged in, these extensions can pick up that customer is logged in, and they can actually show that information to the customer as if they had been logged into that portal as well. They also inherit a merchant's branding settings. to create a consistent experience through the storefront checkout and customer account, which I mentioned a few times. They're super easy to maintain. So I mentioned classic customer accounts. In order to add in an app or make any sort of customizations, you were living in the world of liquid code where you needed to go make changes to your theme. Everybody knows that you change one thing, it could break other things. So it became really difficult to maintain all of these things. With customer account extensions, it's literally drag and drop. You can drop an app block into one of your customer account pages, no coding required, set it up. It's super easy to do. And all of a sudden you have a super branded, super powerful, authenticated experience for your customer to go into in their customer account. And all of this can be previewed via the checkout and accounts editor that we just shipped a couple of months ago, where a merchant can actually go in, and these pages you're seeing on the right side here, you can look at all of these pages within your Shopify admin before setting them live, and you can rearrange all of the app blocks on your page. You can make customizations to your order list, your order status, your profile page, and you can even add new pages to your customer account and link those into the header. So you can create this super customized experience. It's an editor that you can see everything and preview everything before you set it live. So it really helps build your confidence in that when you're integrating these apps, it's going to look the way you want it to, it's going to feel the way you want it to, and it's going to be a super powerful, great experience for customers. I mentioned this, so I want to take a little bit of a deep dive into the checkout and accounts editor. So what you're seeing here is this all apps tab where someone's adding a customer account block directly into their customer account page right here. So they're adding in their loyalty points. It's simple as clicking it, choosing which page to go onto, and it shows up and it's all previewed in there. I think Freddie's going to go into a little bit more of this later on the LoyaltyLion side. But I just wanted to demonstrate here how simple it really is to add these app blocks in. There's no dealing with integrations. There's no dealing with code at all. These apps are already live. So a lot of you, if you're using new customer accounts and you're using an app that supports customer accounts, potentially LoyaltyLion, you would actually be able to see this already. If you jump into the checkout and accounts editor, this app will be there for you to go and enable right now. So talking a little bit about use cases in customer accounts, we talked about what customer accounts are. There's these great things called extensions, and they can do a lot of things for your customer. But really where the rubber meets the road is where we start talking about all of the different use cases that are available with customer accounts now, and with customer account extensions specifically. Again, what we're trying to focus on here is enabling self-service from customers and personalization of that experience for customers. So we just released yesterday at Editions, we launched an app guide where we took 40 apps, part of our launch partner program. Shout out to LoyaltyLion being a part of our launch partner program. And we took them through a program and we helped them build their extensions in the first place. But we grouped all of these into different use cases, so each merchant can see all of the flexibility that's currently available with customer account extensions. So things like earning buyer trust and collecting reviews. There's a whole section of apps that can do that. Personalize the shopping experience with wish lists directly embedded in your customer account. Collecting buyer preference with custom forms and identity verification. Enabling self-serve with order, returns, and subscription management that I mentioned a bunch of times. Some really exciting things like enabling unique product experiences for logged in customers. So imagine you can now start selling digital products and a customer can log into their account and get the keys for that product. Or you can purchase carbon offsets and a customer can go and see their impact on the environment and how they've improved it that way. Or something as simple as gifting, sending and receiving gift receipts. You can go and see all of the gifts that you've sent directly from your customer account, and you don't have to go into your email and try to keep track of all of these things. One thing that customer accounts was built for was powering B2B. So with extensions, there's a bunch of new things that you can do, like multi-location ordering, requesting invoices, a ton of things where you can go in, log into the customer account as a B2B customer, change your company location, order for multiple locations, request invoices, a ton of really powerful workflows here. And what we're all here to talk about, which I think is one of the strongest use cases of customer accounts that makes a ton of sense, is building a community with memberships and loyalty programs. So a really natural follow-on. I've logged in. I would love to be able to see my points balance, my referrals. All of those things will live within the customer account now, rather than having to find another portal to get to. So in summary, there is a lot still to go here. We have, I think, over 300 apps in the App Store right now that work with customer accounts. Loyalty, I would say, is the biggest category there, and you're about to hear from one of the leaders there. So I'll pause there and pass off to Freddie to take it from here.
Thanks, Graham. That was really great context. I think hearing how Shopify thinks about customer accounts and how you view it is really great context for the guys at LoyaltyLion and our brands and customers. Next slide, please. Yeah, so now I'd like to talk about why, from a loyalty perspective, we're at LoyaltyLion are super excited about customer accounts. For our brands, we're always looking for ways to improve program engagement and enrollment, increase repeat purchases, and help you retain customers for longer and increase customer lifetime value. These all drive more revenue for your business and help build brand advocates. And we think customer accounts can really help supercharge that. Next slide, please. So how do extensions help, right? Well, there are 3 ways. It's super simple to set up. I think Graham's been talking a lot towards that point, and it embeds loyalty much more deeply into your customer experience. It's another surface to incentivize and reward your loyal customers, and shoppers can contextually interact with your program during a typical user journey. All these things make extensions really powerful. So next slide, please. And I am now going to do a demo. Fingers crossed. So hopefully what you're seeing here is, so this is our staging site, but this is the LoyaltyLion admin. I hope everyone on the call is familiar with this. With the advent of customer account extensions, we've had a relook at how we surface our on-site content within the admin. So we've consolidated all of our store and site content into one view. So on the left-hand nav here, you can see we've put everything under on-site content. There are broadly 3 sort of surface areas. The top one is your store component. So your loyalty page, your notifications, everything that lives on your storefront. Down the bottom here, we have your checkout extensions. So I think hopefully everyone is familiar with our Redeem at Checkout app, but coming very soon, in a matter of days, not weeks, I hope, we'll have Refer a Friend and Points Earned apps that can live within your checkout experience. But today we're talking about the customer account extensions. So we've got 3 new customer account apps. We've got a full page loyalty app, we've got a loyalty status app, and we've got a points for order app. Now I'm going to show you today how to set those up and what the customer experience looks like. So if I click Setup, this should drop me directly into my checkout and customer account editor within Shopify. And what you can see here on the left-hand side is my customer accounts collection. And you can see the 3 apps here. So our points for order, loyalty status, and loyalty page. So I'm going to add these to my test store. So points for order, we target the order status page. I click the button and it adds it directly to my order status section. I can, as Graham was talking about, I can customize where that lives within the UI. I'm going to leave it down here under the summary section. I can come back to my collection and I can add my loyalty status app. This lives in the order index page. It can sit on top or below your order history. And again, I'm going to go back to my collection here, and then I'm going to add the big app, the loyalty page. So if I click this and add account, this creates a new header or a new link at the top of my customer accounts area, and it's my loyalty page living within customer accounts. And this is just a templated view. I'm going to show you what this looks like on the customer side in a second. So if I hit save, and that's it, by the way, that's how easy it is to add LoyaltyLion apps to your customer account area. So if I come to my test store here, I've actually already signed in. So I'll show you how the customer account experience looks like. So if I come to my accounts area, what you can see here is my loyalty status app. This app has a few different states depending on where I'm in the life cycle. But this is the first when I first time I see it, I'll see a welcome message and inviting me to sort of look at the program. So if I go to view rewards, then this is our LoyaltyLion, your loyalty program living within customer accounts. So there's lots to talk about here. Top left, we've got some welcome information telling you about how long have you joined the program. There's some points information, so it can tell me, joined the program. I did this just before the webinar, and then how many points earned for a visit. Down here, we've set up, this program is a spend-based program. So currently I've not spent any money on the site. I will do that in a second, but it's just showing me where my progress is within my spend-based tier. And then here on the right, which is quite neat, this available rewards app component has a few different views. So right now, I'm still working my way up to my first reward, and it shows my progress towards that first reward. I've got 175 points. My first reward is at 200 points. It's showing me how quickly I'm getting towards that. This component will change depending on the state of your rewards, if you've claimed a reward, if you've got enough points reward, which I'll show you in a second. As we come down the page, we've got different ways you can earn points. So my visit rule, my join program rule, make a purchase, sign up to the mailing list, all the usual suspects in terms of how your customers can engage with your program and earn more points. That lives in the earn points section. And then further down, if you've enabled refer a friend, your customers can grab their referral link from the customer accounts area and then use that to get benefits. And then down the bottom here, we've got our rewards section. So these are the rewards that are available as part of this program. I've set up some vouchers, some free shipping. And at the bottom here, I've got some quite nice looking free product offers and 50% discount product offers for my customers. So if I come up a little bit, you'll see I'm sort of on my way to earning my first few rewards. What I'm going to do is a little bit cheeky. I'm going to give myself quite a lot of points for signing up to the mailing list. If I sign up to the mailing list, I get a toast message, let me know that's happened. And then up here, I can see that I've now got enough points. I've earned more points for that activity. And I've now got enough points for a couple of rewards, actually. £5 voucher and a 50% discount on a product. So I'm actually going to redeem this £5 voucher. I'm going to redeem it here. And then what's nice about customer accounts is this applies the discount directly to the cart for the customer. So if I apply to cart, then I've already got an item in the cart and I've got my discount here directly applied. Now I'm going to check out. So I'm going to send a candle to the king. So I'm in my cart. I'm in the checkout, sorry. I can see my discounts being applied to the order. And I'm going to check out now, like this, and pay. And then I hit the thank you page. Now, I think everyone is aware, as soon as you place an order in a Shopify store, you get an email saying, thank you for your email, confirm your order, and you have a view your order link that comes into your inbox. So I'm going to grab that link quickly and show you what the experience looks like. So if I come here and I view my order, it takes you back into the customer accounts area. And what's really nice is as a customer making that purchase, I can see that I've earned some more points for this order. So again, it's just bringing that loyalty program, front of mind, making sure that it's surfaced within the customer journey. If I click view rewards, then this takes me back to my loyalty page. And I can see that I'm progressing in my tier. This is updated. I've earned some more points for my latest transaction. I've got another 170 points for my last purchase. And I've actually earned enough points for another reward, but I won't claim that. That was quite gratuitous. So that was a whistle-stop tour of the implementation of our apps. A couple of other things to call out. The great thing about the customer accounts area is it's mobile responsive. It's ADA compliant using Shopify's component library. It pulls, as Greg was mentioning, it pulls the theme from the store. So it's always going to look on brand. I think one of the biggest things is it's just super, super easy to set up. I think in a matter of 7 minutes or so, I managed to add 3 apps to my customer accounts area, and then immediately my shoppers can start seeing the benefit. Anything else to shout out? I think one big shout out I want to make is over the last couple of months, we've been working really closely with Shopify, Graham, Patrick, the broader product engineering and design teams. It's been great working with them, getting early feedback on our designs, understanding, some of the constraints, opportunities, benefits of customer accounts. And I think what we've delivered, hopefully, is a really good user experience for our brands in terms of enabling customer accounts and loyalty within customer accounts, but also is a really valuable experience for your shoppers at the end of the day. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There we go. Yeah, so I just wanted to make one last sort of recap, I guess. I think we think about customer account apps. We think they will help you amplify your existing program in 4 key areas. They create greater engagement opportunities for your customers, can incentivize more repeat purchases, and increases retention and ultimately customer lifetime value. So overall, we are super excited about what customer accounts will do for you and your customers. That's it. Back to you, Fee.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Freddie. I think it's super helpful to see things live in situ, and as you say, super easy to set up. So I'm very excited about all of this. Now, we promised we'd have time for questions, and we've got some really good questions. So let's put these two in the hot seat. If you've got any more questions, do drop them in the chat and we will try and get to them. If we can't, we will try and come back to you over email after the session. So kick off with one that I actually received via email earlier today. Freddie, if I am using customer accounts extensions, the new portal, do I still need an integrated loyalty page? How does that relationship work?
Yeah, great question. We see customer accounts loyalty experience very much as complementary to the storefront experience. If your program isn't visible, you won't necessarily get the engagement you like, and customer accounts provides that additional surface for your shoppers to interact with your program, understand the benefits, understand the rewards and incentives that you're offering them. So we would really encourage brands to use both the integrated loyalty page and customer account apps.
So it's not a case of one replaces the other, they both work really nicely together.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Great. And then a question we had in the chat, available rewards. Is there a limit of how many you can display on your customer accounts portal?
Great question. Off the top of my head, I don't think there is a limit to the number of rewards that can be displayed in the sort of reward section. I think there is a there's a limit of 9, and then you can click a button, it collapses more rewards, it expands more rewards below. But I need to double check that.
Fantastic. Great. Putting you on the spot again. How, and this actually would be interesting, Graham, from a Shopify extensions wide perspective, how does the translation to German work? Can it work with something like Weglot that I know a lot of people use to handle translation?
That is a really good question. So extensions are built in a way such that translations should work through Shopify and the content should translate. That would be on the app developer as well to make sure they are supporting that language as well. They can include that when they're building the app. I'm not sure specifically about Weglot, but we can look into that and come back to you. But translations should work natively. If they work on your store, they should work with extensions. Fantastic.
Anything to add on that, Freddie? Or?
Yeah, so we offer translation strings for all of the content within customer account apps. So if you want to surface the content of your program in a particular language, then you can edit that within the LoyaltyLion admin.
Fantastic. One very specifically for LoyaltyLion users, I think. Can you see seamless products in this portal as well, or is it only points for product?
So right now, the seamlessly product rewards via Shopify functions doesn't work in customer account apps. You'll have to redeem those through the integrated loyalty page. At the moment, there's a limitation in terms of cart modifications from customer accounts, from the customer accounts portal. I know it's something we've been talking to Shopify about a little bit, so they're very aware of that. And hopefully we'll have a solution to that in the not too distant future. Fantastic.
Sort of circling back to the first question, obviously an integrated loyalty page is very customized, very much on brand. One question here, how customizable is the look and feel of the rewards program within the customer account portal? Can you add any brand imagery, etc. at this point?
So you can customize your product images. If you've got product rewards, you can customize the images that we're surfacing within the product reward cards. In terms of adding custom branding, right now, no. There isn't an enormous amount of customization you can do on with icons and things like that. That is something that we'd love to explore in the future, but right now it's more of a plug and play to make it as easy as possible for merchants to set up loyalty within the customer experience.
That makes perfect sense. Great, we've got time squeezing in a couple more. Is this functionality available to all LoyaltyLion users?
Right now, all classic plans and above that are using our integrated page or loyalty panel will have access to customer account apps. I think on the Shopify side, you need to be above the starter plan to have access.
That's correct.
Nice. And if you are on Classic plan but use our widget, you've been thinking about migrating to the integrated page, now might be a good time to do that.
Fantastic. And Graham, all of this is available on Shopify for everybody on those plans as of now. Is that correct?
That's correct. You have to be using new customer accounts, obviously. But other than that, it's available on all plans as of yesterday.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm afraid, folks, that is all the questions that we have time for. If you have anything else you'd like to know about customer accounts as a whole, or LoyaltyLion extensions specifically, then I know both Graham and Freddie would be more than happy to hear from you on LinkedIn, or you can reach out to us at support@loyaltylion.com or via the live chat on our website or in our platform as well. We would love to hear your questions. All that remains, please join me in saying a huge thank you to Graham and Freddie. I know it was a lot for Freddie to jump on the day after everything went live, so we very much appreciate his time, and I know Freddie's put a lot of work into this as well. So thank you so much to both of you. I learned a lot today, and I'm very excited to see how people start implementing these extensions and apps over the coming months. For now, good luck to everybody with implementation. If we can help at all, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much. We will see you online again soon.
Cheers all.